The back-to-back Stanley Cup wins and elite power plays have been long gone for a long time for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Over the past couple years, the power play has really struggled to gain momentum even though they have some of the most elite players on the ice. Last year we saw them horrible off the start and then they kind of middled out towards the end of the season. So far, through the couple preseason games that we've seen, the power play still isn't clicking, even with Erik Karlsson, who's supposed to be the elite power play quarterback. Maybe it's just off-season rust, or maybe it's just the team getting used to being on the power play again. But something right now is not clicking, and that was really highlighted last night in the Halifax game against the Ottawa Senators in the preseason. The Penguins went 0 for 6 on the power play and proceeded to get shut out 3-0 by Joonas Korpisalo. If the Penguins want to have any chance at being a true contender this season, they need to get the power play under control and fast. Last season, they lost a lot of games because of their special teams, and I don't want to see the same thing happen to them once again. I think there's kind of an obvious answer right now for the struggles on the power play that we've seen in the preseason. Whether they choose to fix it or not is completely up to Coach Sullivan and the other coaching staff. But here, let's deep dive into it. So far, the one thing that I don't understand that they're running on the power play is having Letang and Karlsson both on the same power play. Personally, I believe that they need to be split up and they need to move Chris Letang to the second unit. Especially once Jake Guentzel's back, it'll be better fitted to have 4 forwards and 1 defenseman like they've run in years past. Erik Karlsson is a truly elite power play quarterback and he needs to be able to show what he can do. By not having Letang out there, it'll really help them a lot and it'll spread some offense to the second unit as well. I believe that Power Play 1 should be Erik Karlsson, Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, Rickard Rakell, and Jake Guentzel. One other thing that I don't really understand that they do is when Jake Guentzel's on the power play, they have him as the net front presence. When I think of Jake Guentzel, I think of a sniper, not someone that sits in the net and cleans up rebounds. I think that they should swap him and Rickard Rakell because I think Rakell's better around the net and he can put in those easy goals. Guentzel's better suited to be out by one of the circles, that way he can shoot the puck in more easily. One very positive thing that has come out of this preseason though with the power play is the fact that they're stopping the drop pass. Years ago, the drop pass was really effective and a very good breakout strategy for the power play, but now teams have caught on and they know how to counter it really easily. Through the first couple preseason games, we've seen it happen a couple times, but it's not happening nearly as often, and I think that's a really good thing that they're doing. Mike Sullivan's even been asked in interviews about it, and he said that they're stopping and doing it, and the fact that it's still happening is just the players kind of having a little bit of mental lapse and going back to their old ways. Hopefully as the season progresses and they get more used to the new system, it'll be a lot better and a lot more effective than the drop pass ever was. I think as long as Erik Karlsson keeps getting used to the system, he'll start to flourish, but he can't have another defenseman on the power play with him, because that's when things are going to go bad. Karlsson needs to truly be able to shine as the power play quarterback, and having Letang out there is really going to hold him back, and he's not going to be able to do what we've seen him do in San Jose and Ottawa. The one major thing, though, that the power play really needs to stop doing is overpassing. This has been an issue that has been plaguing the power play for years on the team. That power play has so much talent, but yet none of them want to shoot the puck, and that's the main issue. Yes, those really easy tap-in goals are really nice to have, but it's not working at all. When the power play started to pick up last year, it was because they started shooting more overall, and it really helped. Having Malkin blast one-timers from his spot really helps, and it helps Rakell clean up easy net front goals. This is another thing that I really think Erik Karlsson's going to help with. We've seen time and time again on San Jose's power play that he would just zip the puck to the net. Sometimes it goes in, other times it's just for a really good rebound. That's something that the power play has been lacking for years, and I think he's really going to help a lot with that. Even if it's not him shooting though, someone just needs to shoot. Whether it's Guentzel, whether it's Malkin, whether it's Crosby from his down low point. Someone just needs to shoot and get the puck to the net and cause chaos. With the amount of talent that they have on the ice, the Penguins should have a power play up by the ranks of Edmonton's, but they're nowhere close. Maybe I'm just overreacting a little bit from the preseason. Maybe it's just that off-season rust that I talked about earlier. But I really think that this is something that the Penguins need to focus on this year because it cost them a lot of games last year. And if none of these ideas that I've been talking about earlier have worked, maybe it's time to consider changing out who the power play coach is. I think Todd Reirden was a really elite coach the first time he was with the Penguins, but since he's come back, I think there's been some issues, and I think that maybe they shouldn't be ignored. Maybe he's not the problem, but maybe they just need a new voice coaching the power play for them. We see this time and time again, where a coach will get moved on from, and then eventually the team will be able to pick it up again under a new voice. And then that coach will go on and have success at another team. It's just sometimes that voice gets stale, and they need change. Personally, I think this might be the biggest deal what's going on with the Penguins. But maybe it's not. I'm not really sure what's going on behind closed doors. All I'm saying is that if things don't improve very soon, I think that the Penguins should at least be open to the idea of moving on from Reirden and finding someone else to take his spot. With all this being said though, maybe we just need to wait and the power play is really going to catch on fire once the season starts. It is just the preseason after all, and there's still a lot of off-season rust, but I think it's going to be similar to past years if things don't improve. I really hope they get it together and they start clicking at all levels, because I love watching the power play have success. With as much talent as they have, it should come very easily. They just really need to not overpass and just get the puck to the net for once. If something's not working, I hope Kyle Dubas goes out and makes the necessary changes that are needed to make this team even better. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below, and if you made it this far in the video, please leave a like and subscribe, because it really helps the channel and helps you out because you get to stay up to date with all the NHL news and all the content you could ever want. Thank you so much for watching, and say goodbye to the NHL 23 team, because after this video, it's going to be NHL 24 from here. Thank you so much for watching.